Hey guys, Mr. and Mrs. Splashback here in tank tops. Because it's hot.
Yeah, it's the time of the year where working in the garage is actually not so fun. It's going to get worse in the next probably 2 months. It'll start getting really hot.
Yeah.
And for about 3 months or so, it will suck. We've talked about getting an AC in here and getting this all like insulated and everything, but it's just financially not in the cards. But we'll make it. But if you're new, we're not going to complain the whole time. We're going to talk about what's sold in our online store today. This is Linda. I am Cameron. We sell stuff online part-time to make some extra money on platforms like eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, things like that. Most of these items are from thrift stores, estate sales, garage sales, flea markets. We don't really go to flea markets, but places like that where you can buy stuff low and then hopefully sell it for a profit. First, Linda's going to break down the numbers and then we'll show you what's sold.
So we had 6 sales in total today. I forgot this
Not good.
one. Okay. And it came to just over $280 across 2 platforms.
Yeah, which is pretty good for the 6 sales that we had. That includes sales tax, I think, when eBay does the calculation.
Yeah, now they do, yeah.
What you'll see at the end probably won't show that. But anyways, that's what the total was. Not the greatest. Couple of cool items, though, but just really slow. This weekend, Friday and Saturday were slow. Sunday was better for us. And then it continued into Monday. So I'm going to try to list tonight, see if we can make some things happen for tomorrow. So first off.
First up on Poshmark, we've got this AirFit P10 frame. It's a size medium, sealed. I think it's for an like air mask.
Yeah,
or you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
And it's not a prescription one. It doesn't say, but Mercari said I couldn't list it there. So I listed on Poshmark and it sold for
$20 plus shipping.
It was $1. So $20 plus shipping though. So at least it's out of here. Unfortunately, there is talk that you can sell the products that aren't prescription for medical, but it's really becoming a situation where you're not going to be able to pretty soon, period. Because all these platforms have the computer algorithms that are finding the listings. Mercari took mine down and told me not to list it again. And I had sold 3 or 4 other ones on Mercari just a few weeks before that.
Yeah.
So I'm at the point where we've made some money off it, even though says you can sell them because there's no prescription. At least that's what the understanding is in the community. It seems like those won't be viable much longer. Next, the eBay items, which are viable.
First up, we've got this dual power adapter multi-charger, sold for $27 shipped. Picked it up at R&R.
I think this guy paid shipping. I think I might have charged shipping. I usually would do free shipping here, but when I was looking at the sold price,
yeah, shipping.
I must have had shipping because he paid shipping on top of it. Usually,
okay, so $27 plus $13.98 shipping.
Yeah, and that's because it said I think at 2 pounds or whatever, and it's going to New York. So I must usually do free shipping, and these were selling for $27 shipped. Like multiple ones had sold. That's what the sale price was, free shipping. You know, so maybe the market there was none left, and mine was the only one, so someone paid up for it. But I actually we'll make a little bit more on that one, which worked out in our favor. Next
up, we've got one of our Barbies. This is the Princess Collection, Princess of the Portuguese Empire. And she's going eBay International, and she sold for $45 shipped.
You know anything about the doll buy? I bought $10 for $10. She had like 30. I quickly scanned some at the sale. She wouldn't make a deal on all of them, but I'm glad she didn't because I picked out the good ones. We sold the lingerie doll, which was interesting. That one sold for 100 and something. We sold the Midge. Was it Midge?
Yes, the
baby Midge or something.
Pregnant one.
Yeah, it was like a mom and a baby Barbie. That one sold for 100 and something as well. And I think we may have sold one more, but one of the we sold like an $80 doll. I don't remember. It was a Rapunzel or something, but we sold one other one, I think. Either way, this one now sold for 40. Was it 40?
Yeah.
$40. So I think all the ones I spent 10 on should sell for at least 40, and then a couple were really good ones for 100. So most Barbies though, guys. Oh, we sold the swimming one. That's when we sold.
Oh, that's right.
And she sold for like 70 or something like that.
We did sell a different princess one, but the cover was backwards and she came back.
That was the like Hawaiian one or something like that. But yeah, we sold a swim and dive Barbie from the 80s or something, early 90s, and that one sold for like 70 or 80. But most Barbies don't have a lot of value, especially loose. There are some that do. If you find them, usually they're pretty easy to look up. So
Next up, we got this vintage Senkyo model 551 digital flip roll alarm clock.
You can tell it's got some issues. It's for parts.
Yeah, so it is for parts, and it sold for $51 shipped.
Hoping this one doesn't come back. It's an old listing. It sold once before. The lady said she bought the wrong one for her husband. Man, mind you, it's broken. So I was a little confused how many of these are out there that are broken. But it had issues before it was sent. So hopefully that'll go through okay.
Then we got this Chivas Reebok jersey, sold for $25 shipped.
I think that was $1 in a little pile. And then my favorite sale of the day.
So Cameron picked up a Franklin Mint Monopoly Collector's Edition with all the pieces. At least we think it's all the pieces. And it is from 1991. And Cameron pulled it apart. Literally sold it in parts. And this is the first piece to sell. This is the money. Sold for $35 shipped. And it is going eBay International.
And the fact that what it was cool about, a couple things were cool about this. One, we were at Savers. The whole family looking around. I had Zane with me in my cart. Linda had Tori. I had found a ton of stuff. We had found, it was a really one of our best spending days there. And Zane wanted to go look at the section where all the big stuff is, like the big stuff for people, but sometimes there's toys over there, like big castles and stuff. I'm like, fine, we'll go look. And as I'm going through there, I see the Franklin Mint board. And I'm like, that's the Franklin Mint Monopoly board. I know it is. So I get over there. I had to get around this other guy, go around a different aisle, and I got there. I look at the price, $25. Now it's beat. The board is beat. The wood is all chipped up and nicked on it. But I look inside, it's got the parts. I'm like, let me see what these part out for. And boy, do they do well. $25 plus tax spent. We may have got a little bit of a discount, but our coupons didn't work out the way we wanted to. So some of them we paid full price. But either way, $25. This already sold for $35. It did not have all of the little pawns that you play with. It had 8 or 9. I think there's 10 in total. So I was missing a couple. But I'm going to be able to sell the tokens or the hotels for like 70 or 80 bucks. The houses for 50 or 60. 50 or 60 for the pawns that I do have. All of the deed cards in this little case is going to go for about 50. The drawer I should get about 50 to 60 on. That holds all the money. Even the box that some of the pieces come in I sold, and I might get 20 bucks for that. What am I missing? Oh, even the dice I think I listed. For like 15 bucks. So it's crazy how much stuff I was able to part off that $25 buy. And a lot of people may have looked at that and been like, there's no money and it's all beat up and nasty, but there's plenty of money in what we did have, or in the profit now. So, or at least we're breaking even now. So pretty cool. That's all we got. We'll see you guys in the next clip back with Tuesday's sales. How did we do?
We had 16 sales on our main platform, eBay, for just over $580.
Wow, a lot of things picked up today, so that was good. Let's get into it. First item.
First item.
Best of the bunch.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Best of George Michael.
It's got some standing
by George Michael. Yeah. It's a 2 CD set, sold for almost $7 shipped out of one of our CD 10.2 buys.
Not worth it. Next.
Then we got Sega Game Gear battery pack, and that one sold for 11 and some change.
It's for parts. It doesn't work, so.
There you go. Then we got a Toshiba DVD VCR combo. There it is. And that sold for...
Bought the remote for it too, the official Toshiba one. This I think was $5 plus the remote was I think 11. Sold for
$70 shipped, and it is going to a repeat buyer.
Don't recognize the name, but this one was a pretty quick sale. This hit last night and it sold some point this morning, so that was good.
Then out of that same CD 10.2 buy, we've got The Streets is a Mother on CD. And that one, the person asked to see the back of it, and so I sent them a picture of it. And it is in actually really good condition. I was surprised. And they said thank you and purchased it for $12.50 shipped.
That was much better. Better sell than the other CD.
Then Retrospect hit us up for a Polaroid, sold for $27 shipped.
We had a list of like 32. They offered 27 because it was them. We took it, yeah. So.
Then we got a pair of Swiss Engineering On Cloud Helion men's running sneakers. They're gray and orange, size 9.5. Those sold for $45 shipped, and we picked them up at our local thrift store.
You can see I have some wear here on the soles. The sides are okay, but inside they have a little heel where you can tell there's some rubbing. Maybe you won't really be able to see it, but in there. So definitely not in perfect shape. Yeah, kind of happens
Pilling.
as or I don't think it's pilling. It's actually like a little gash in there.
Oh, okay.
These were $12 plus tax at the thrift. I took a chance on them because I've seen people sell On Clouds and Hokas that are a little bit worn and still get some money. So I'm like, I'll test it out. And these sold overnight for how much?
45.
45. So 12 into 45 is not a problem, especially if it's a quick sale, but hopefully there will be no issues with that.
Then we got a Mizuno MX25 3-iron. Sold for $42 shipped.
Look
Picked it up
out
from
for
R&R.
Mizuno forged irons do really well. We've sold some of them for like $60 depending on which one it is, but this $42 is pretty good.
Then we got Don Henley building the perfect beast on vinyl. Sold for $15 and some change.
It's
Picked
not
it up from
actually
R&R.
sealed, it's just in the plastic. So
Cool. Then a 2003 Honda Element manual. Sold for $84 shipped, and that one is at actually the $1,200 tool buy.
someone wanted to pay us like what, $50 for this or $60 the other day, something, and I was like, no, we'll wait, they'll sell. And sure enough, it sold full price. Someone messaged us and said they would offer. Maybe I may have messaged them back.
Oh,
like,
okay. I was like,
you have it for 80. Would you take 50? And I'm like, no. Like, it's gonna sell. It's already on sale. We sold some for 100. I'm not gonna take 50. Not to be greedy, but it's like I know it'll sell, so I don't need to rush to get rid of them.
Then we got Damnation Alley on Blu-ray. Sold for $18 shipped.
Another similar thing. Some guy wanted to pay me like 13, and then it sold full price.
Next up is the Spirit Champions. These are our kids' champions. These are the Bandit color block sneakers.
They're
They're
cool.
really cool looking.
Yeah, nice.
And those did sell for $44 shipped. Then we have a new tags Anaheim Angels Pink Rally Monkey. He's adorable. And sold for $23 shipped.
It was $1. My main source was like, you don't think you'd want this, right, for $1? And I'm like, yes, I want it for $1. And then it sold for how much?
23.
23. Go first class shipping, so easy sale.
Next up, we got a pair of Nike Alpha Dunks. These are the Racer Pink and Volt Black ones. They are getting the authenticity guarantee, and they did sell for $105 shipped.
And there's a little bit of flame here, but
So they look really good. The coloring's great. Cameron's very not frugal.
critical.
He's critical of his pieces, so that we put in there. It's got some scuffs. The person did message me yesterday and said, "Can I get some close-ups of the scuffs?" And I was like, "Ugh, I don't want to do it right now. I'll do it tomorrow." Well, I went to do it, and turns out he bought them. So I'm trying to message him, but apparently if somebody buys something and it's got an authenticity guarantee, you're not allowed to message them afterwards. Didn't know that. So
they take care of it all, but they're in really good shape. Like I said, I'm overcritical of my items. I will, even sometimes when it looks like the disc is in great shape, I won't put mint. I'll put good condition or whatever, because you get those people who are just like super particular and they're just a pain in the butt to deal with. I don't want to deal with one of those. So I always kind of am a little more critical of my item than I need to be. That's why a lot of our feedback will say better than expected, or so pleased with the item, it turned out so great, or whatever, because I'm a little bit more critical. So
yeah.
Next
up, we got this pack. Well, not a full pack, but a pack of Skillcraft U.S. government red non-refillable pens.
Yep.
I'm not sure how many we have out of the dozen, but those did sell for
maybe 10.
$20 shipped.
I had another pack of these we sold for I think like $18 or something. I bought 2 of them for $1 a piece. The other ones were I think black or blue pens, but yeah, pretty good.
Then we got a Stettler Mars Architect scale triangle drafting ruler. Sold for $12.50 shipped.
That was
Picked it up
$1.
at Saks.
Yeah, that was $1.
Then last but not least, Are You Being Served? Again, the complete series. Sold for $16 shipped out of the $800 DVD buy.
That's all we got. So pretty happy with that. Good mix of stuff. Bounce back from a slow day Monday. We have Wednesday now coming up, so you guys will see that next. Hopefully I'll have another good day and some cool stuff to show you. Sales for Wednesday. How did we do?
We had 11 sales on our main platform, eBay, for just over $350.
We will take it. Let's see how we did. What's the first item?
First up, we've got this pair of men's Reebok composite toe metal work shoes. They don't have the insoles in them, but they are size 13 and they sold for $36 shipped.
I think those were $2. So happy to see those go.
Then we have this Worldwide Sportsman Women's 2XL vintage shirt, sold for $18.50.
I think that was $1.
Then we got a 02 to 04 Honda Civic hatchback manual, sold for $22 and some change.
From the manual buy. This one was cool.
This is a vintage Queen band shirt. It's an adult medium, and that sold for $40 shipped.
$40 on the best offer.
Then our second Huntington Beach license plate. That one sold for $25 shipped.
It's from the Jeep dealership. Yeah, same exact one sold for $25 last time as well.
Then we got an 07 Honda Element ETM, sold for $28.50. Then a lot of 2 Grill Daddy replacement brushes.
Everybody needs a grill. Wait, that just sounds weird.
And those sold for $23 shipped.
These were at a garage or a estate sale. Grabbed them both. They were probably $1 a piece. I paid $25 for everything, and saw that they sell for about $12 each or something. I'm like, oh, let me go. They'll still go first class. Won't pay much more for shipping, and they sold in a couple days.
Then we got Paul McCartney live at the Cavern Club, sold for $11.50. Then this one's a newer listing. This is a World with an E on the end, Orca Pad 48. It's a keyboard pad controller for drums and stuff, so it makes all the sounds like when you're like a DJ. And that sold for $50 shipped, and we took it off for $50 because they are in a state over. So.
And it's also as is, because I had a hard time testing it out and figuring it out right. So
yeah, if you're not a DJ or you don't know how to use this kind of thing, it is not easy.
Well, I had one I sold before that I was able to test. I hooked up to my computer. I just had trouble getting this one to connect to any like program to really use it. Like the buttons light up and stuff, but I couldn't figure out how to test it to make sure the sound worked and everything. So anyways,
still sold.
Yeah.
Then we've got the rare Sweetener World Tour VIP bag with the money, the patches, the ticket. There is no CD included that would have normally come, but we still sold that set of just a plastic bag and some paper for $65 shipped.
And I've had that one for a while. I want to say I paid a couple bucks for this from one of my sources years ago, and it sat and then took a best offer. They offered $50. I think I counted it at $65 or something, and they took it. Or maybe I counted at $75, they counted at $65, whatever it was. But happy to see that one go. And then here's the
last but not least, this is Gears of War 2. The strategy guide sold for $7.50.
Not even worth it. So that's an older thing. It's been up for a little while. So happy to see that one go. That's all we got. Oh, we did sell a couple things the past couple nights at nighttime. We sold a Vectron or something cable on Monday. Oh, yeah. It's for like a scanner tool for like auto shops. That sold for like 30 something. And then last night we sold a laptop for 45. Something else.
Yeah, that I went over with that guy and he goes, can I do 45? Or he wanted 35. I said 50. He said 45. I said good, because that's what I actually wanted.
Yeah,
and
we had it at 55. Yeah. So we sold some stuff, so that's good. We got one more day, and we'll see what we do. We'll see you guys in the next clip with what sells on Thursday.
Sorry, dog in the way.
Sales for Thursday, how did we do?
We had 10 sales on our main platform, eBay, for just under $370.
Address the elephant in the room. Linda's got a little monitor on her to make sure she's...
It's a heart monitor. I've been having some issues, so the doctor wants me to wear this for a few days. 7 to be exact. It's a little itchy, and normally I have a higher shirt up, but yeah.
Anyways, we're going to go over what's sold. How did we do? What was the first item?
First item we have is this pair of Lucky Brand women's size 8 jeans. Those sold for $26 and some change. So that's on the lower end, but
I think those were $5, so we'll still make some okay money on those.
Then we've got the artist photo reference of flowers, sold for $15 shipped.
I just listed this yesterday for $15. Bought a bunch of books for $10 this weekend, different drawing books, and that one sold for $15.
Cool. Then we got this one's one of those clubs to look out for. This is a Nike golf club. This one's
returned once. The guy bought it and said he didn't improve his game.
Because that's what
wasn't the club's fault.
Clubs are supposed to do. But this one is the Nike Vapor Driver, and it's the Fubuki Graphite Shaft. It's a right-handed club, and we picked it up at Camp 2022, and it sold for $90 shipped.
Yeah, I think it was $10, so good deal there. Even though we lost a bit on the shipping back and forth the first time, we'll still make some money when it's all said and done.
There you go. Then we got this pair of 1990 Mitsubishi van and wagon manuals, 2-volume set, sold for $50 shipped, and that was a $1,200 tool buy.
Very good.
Then we got a vintage Vivid Entertainment t-shirt. It's an adult film company. Yeah. And that sold for $40 shipped.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if you're going to rep the brand, rep it brand. Yeah.
Each their own. But...
Then we got a Disney's Tigger plush backpack. He's about 12 inches with adjustable straps out of our Disney 330 buy when we got all that Tigger stuff. And that sold for $17 shipped.
Not a whole lot, but he should go first class.
Next up, we've got a adorable pair of overalls. Look at them. They're so cute and tiny. These are a pair of 6 months health techs. vintage overalls, and those sold for $15 and some change.
Very nice.
Then we got The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for 3DS, sold for $24 shipped.
I think that was like $7. I paid up for it. That's an easy sale.
Then Cameron parted out a Shark 0M Liftaway Pro upright vacuum. This is the hose assembly, sold for $30 shipped.
This is the first time I ever had this particular vacuum. Remember you saw
like the color.
Yeah, it's different color. I've never had this one before.
Next up, last up, we've
It's actually
got...
at the thrift store right now. They want 25 though, so.
Oh.
The same vacuum. I'm like, if it was like 12, I might buy it. But for 25 with all the parts, like it's not really worth. Like you'll double up maybe, but it's a lot of work to clean it and everything.
Yeah, it is.
$10 or less, I would buy it. Maybe 12.
Last but not least, we got The Adventures of Pete and Pete from Nickelodeon, Season 1, sold for $35 shipped.
This was $6 at the same thrift store that vacuum is. $6. I knew that Pete and Pete had a lot of value. Some of the old Nickelodeon shows do, and that sold for $35 pretty quickly.
Seen that show in my life.
Yep, I have, and yeah, don't remember much about it, but it's sold. That's all we got, guys. Thank you.
And today's Cameron's birthday. Happy birthday, Cameron.
34 years old. 34 years young.
Young.
That's what they say when you get older. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Take care.